Well, hey guys, what's going on? It's Steph here. I hope you've been well. I know I have. Let's get into another metal detecting relic hunting adventure. Today's hunt is a little bittersweet, as you can see by the thumbnail of this video. Now, we're not going to get to that until like maybe later on in the video, so let's keep things positive first. As a reminder, I do sell metal detecting equipment through the Digger's Den, so if you need anything metal detecting related at all, please hit me up at stephdigs@gmail.com, or you can reach me on Facebook as well. And to my returning customers, I always want to just say thank you for your loyalty. It really is appreciated. And without further ado, let's hop on into the cornfield. All right, guys, so today I'm out in a big, beautiful field. I have access to a few hundred acres. This is going to be awesome. There's cornfield through there. I've hunted the field that's this way. I'm sorry if I'm making you dizzy. There's another field through the trees. I haven't found too much out there, but I got over here. I got a slam and 2930 signal, and I cheated and looked. I'm sorry, but I got a bucket lister. I'm so excited. I got the buttstock to a musket. How sick is that? That is friggin' amazing. I have always wanted to find a really, really old gun part. I mean, I have one ramrod thimble, but I do not have a buttstock. Specifically what I wanted. Or a butt plate. I can't even think of what it's called right now. I'm so excited. Oh, it's so awesome. So this would have been what you held against your shoulder when you were firing a musket. This could be 1700s, early 1800s, I don't know. Looks pretty darn old to me, though. I'll brush it off a little bit more and come back. What a hell of a start today. That's amazing. I can't believe signals are still like this are still out in this place, because it's, you know, pretty accessible to other people. So holy crap. Dig it all, even if it sounds like a big piece of junk, guys. All right, I'll come right back. All right, before I show you a proper close-up, I want to tell you something. Always listen to your inner voice. I was on the other side of this like tractor trail over here, and I just got a little voice that said, hey, maybe what you're looking for is on the other side of it. And what is that? 10 feet? And here we go. All cleaned up. That is going to look beautiful, waxed up. I'll put an example on the screen of how this would have been affixed to a musket. I'm not sure exactly how old this is. Hopefully I'll have kind of a date range on the screen for you by now. But, oh my God, guys, this was such a bucket lister. I really love old antique gun parts like this. That's flippin' incredible. Absolutely incredible. Oh my God. Hey, maybe the whole musket's down there. Ha ha. I doubt it. But that would be really cool to find some ramrod thimbles and stuff out here too. Oh my God, did I get it right there? Nah, that looks old. Whew. Man, I'm surprised I didn't, because it's so huge. And I'm glad I had the wherewithal to bring a massive finds case with me today. Oh, that is awesome. Awesome, 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 awesome. Okay, I'll be back with you on the next good find. Okay, well, it's been a little slow going out here. Tons of targets, but they're all beer cans, pieces of cans, all that fun stuff. That little moving dot over there, if you can even see her, is Nick. I can't even see her through the viewfinder, but anyway. I got a 15 signal, and not very deep. I found what appears to be part of an escutcheon plate, colonial escutcheon plate. At least I think so. Yeah, that's what we'll call it. It's broken. I actually got a similar signal right next to it, so I'm wondering if it's another piece. Probably is. If so, I will come back, but if not, I'll be back with you on the next find. So really quick, I forgot to mention, that other little signal was not a part of the same escutcheon, but all through here, I've been seeing a little bit of brick and pottery. There's so much land to cover that if you really don't know where to start swinging around where you're seeing bricks and pottery. If I find some examples, I'll stop and let you know, but that's what I'm doing, so we'll see what happens. All right, I got a pretty nice find here. Solid 19 on the Equinox. And it sounded nice and tight, perfect, unlike all the can slaw I've been digging. And about 6 inches down, huge musket ball. That is enormous. That's 69 caliber or bigger. I think it's bigger, actually. Wow. And from what I understand, I could be wrong. Somebody please correct me in the comments if I'm wrong on this, because I don't like spreading misinformation. But as I understand it, generally speaking, these absolutely massive ones are like Rev War era, and they're usually military issue versus civilian. So you gotta wonder, did the musket butt plate go along with this? That's awesome though. I love finding these massive ones. You really don't find them very often. I usually find like 58 calibers, but this is huge and awesome. Whew. Great. Okay. And to think, she was just considering leaving. But guess what she's got? Why would I be walking over like this? What did you get?
Got a copper!
Do we know what? All right. Ooh, let me see. Well, that's a copper, all right. It looks pretty slick. Why don't you rub it off?
That's a 23.
23? Yeah, it's probably British.
Yep, it's wiped, all right.
I might be able to figure it out. That looks like the bust side. I don't know why I think that, but I do. It's a Higley. Just kidding. I think it's a KG2. I thought I just saw a bust facing left.
Yeah, you can see, yeah.
Yep, KG2.
Sweet.
Let me see. Sweet.
That
It's so wiped that I can't tell if it's an older bust. I think it's the older bust, the later bust rather.
wasn't very deep either.
Oh, nice. See, now you're going to stay out here for a little while.
A little.
Oh, that's great. So that'll be 1739 to, or excuse me, 1740 to 1754 for this variety. Do we have Lady Britannia on the back? Barely. She wants to be there, but she's kind of not. She pieced out about 100 years ago, I think. Yay! I don't think, wait, is it? No, it's not a Connecticut. My eyes are playing tricks on me. We'll call that a KG2.
First copper of the year.
I know, and that beats me because I don't have any yet. But I'll take my butt plate. I like my butt. Okay, well, I got a really messy signal on the Equinox. It was somewhere between like 16 and 24. Down there, I popped it out with my shovel. It sounded really shallow and junky, so that's why I didn't film it. And it's this thing, which I don't know what it is, but all I can tell you is that I am 1000% deafer for digging this. Look how thick it is. I'm assuming it's modern farming chunk, but I don't know. It's almost like there's a sunburst pattern on it. I'm sure it's crap. I'm sure I'm just seeing things, but if you know, let me know. All right, I might have a good one here. Let's see. Pinpointing pretty tight and it's not sounding enormous, so it could be something good. Let's check it out. All right. Oh, I think it's number one for the year, guys. It was practically on the surface. That's why it was pinpointing tight, but actually pretty loud. I took a picture of it in the dirt just now because I was so excited. Yeah, that's a copper. Let's see what it's gonna be. Oh, it's gonna be ugly. Probably anyway. Probably be another KG2 like what Nick just found. I don't know. Come on, let's see if something comes through. Anything? Maybe a bust facing right? I don't know. I'll come back in a minute. Oh, well, I don't expect you to be able to see much, but I do see a bust facing right, I think. And I believe there's a ribbon right there. I think it's a William III, maybe? I don't know. This one is so rough. Whamp, whamp. Hey, there could be a bust on that side. You know, I really have no idea what this is. If I get an idea, I will let you know. But that's number one for the year, and that feels really good because we had such a brutal winter. I mean, just the worst one since I've been detecting, probably. Longest one, anyway. So, that feels really good. The monkey is off my back. Awesome. Okay, I've got a decent target here. Rang up a 17, and I just dug a bullet that rang up the same. So, dig it all. It wasn't too deep, maybe 6 inches. And this is part of a really old carpenter's ruler. This could be 1700s, early 1800s, something like that. I don't know. Definitely not an expert, but if you find these, that is what they are. So I just thought I would show you. So, given I had some things to do at home, I left after that last piece was dug. But obviously, I knew I had to get back there soon because, well, I was dreaming of all the old coins and relics that I would find. So I packed up my stuff the next day, whipped the detector into the car, drove to the site, and the entrance was blocked off by 2 vehicles with sifters and shovels in them. So, being me, I'm like, okay, well that's pretty cool. I'm gonna meet some other relic hunters. That's awesome. I could use some local detecting buddies. Why not? So I found another place to park, got my gear situated, and frankly, because the area is so big, I just started shouting for them. Hey, fellow relic hunters, you've got company. And crickets. So I just started detecting on along, found a piece of can slaw, threw it in my pouch, and no sooner had I done that than I turned around to see 2 women in orange vests. They introduced themselves as state archaeologists who were conducting a survey because a developer wants to build on this property. So, okay, they're paid relic hunters. Cool. I told them what I was doing, and they weren't exactly thrilled.
You probably shouldn't just be taking stuff from land that isn't yours.
Well, considering that this has been town-owned land since 2019, according to the tax assessor's database, and it just so happens that these cornfields are farmed by one of my permission owners, survey says I did have a right to be there. And that's why you always check the ownership of someplace before you go detecting, or you get private permissions, what have you. In the town I was detecting in, there are no laws or ordinances against metal detecting or artifact collection of any kind. So that means I had the clear. However, with all of that said, I didn't argue with them. They're just there to do their job. So I did what any self-respecting, self-taught historian would do in this situation. I decided to help them. I walked them across the field to each and every plug that I could recall from the day before and got them within a few feet of each artifact. I gave them a narrow date range of each artifact and a detailed description of what was found. At each of these stops, they would write everything on a little orange ribbon and tie it around a cornstalk for, I guess, later evaluation. We probably took about an hour or so doing this, and we became pretty friendly. I gave them my business card, and when they said they didn't have metal detecting in the budget, I just volunteered to do it for free because I don't live too far away, so why not? They seemed pretty enthusiastic about this, and they said that they would reach out very soon to get together on another day where we could do this again because they were leaving for the day. Well, a week goes by, 2 weeks go by, 3 weeks go by, and still nothing. I haven't heard from them, and I guess they're kind of blowing me off. So, I don't know, maybe they thought it over and decided that they didn't really need a metal detectorist, or they don't trust metal detectorists, or maybe the state just isn't allowing me to come on. I don't know. Whatever the case may be, I am beyond disappointed that they didn't reach out to me. There's so much history lying in this dirt, I barely had any time to even scratch the surface, and I'll say something controversial, I'm just gonna say it. There's no way they're gonna find 10% of what I could have found in an afternoon with my metal detector. So it's really sad because this area is gonna get developed over and all of that history will be lost. In any case, I know I did my part though. I'm pretty sure I gave them a good idea that metal detectorists do care very much about the history that we dig. And overall, we're good people and we are willing to donate our spare time to help others. Always. So, the archaeologists can do with that experience what they will. Anyway, in an attempt to make lemonade out of lemons, I decided to hit a permission right across the road that I've had for a few years now, and I didn't find much, but I did find a couple of cool things. So how about we mosey on over there? Okay, well I've got something here. It seems pretty cool. I kind of took it out of the hole and then put it back. Not really sure what it is. In any case, came up like at 15, 16. It was reading 8 inches down, and it was about that. Pulled it over to the side here. And it looks like it's some kind of pewter figurine, maybe? It almost looks like a duck. Huh. Is that what it is? I don't know. Yeah, it looks like that. Oh, maybe it's a dog. You know what? I think that's a dog. That's really cool. Okay, I'll brush that off and come back. Okay, so there it is all cleaned up. I took a toothbrush to it. It was very gentle because this is some kind of pewter or pot metal, and that will crumble right in your hands, which you don't want to do. So I'm thinking it's a greyhound because maybe it doesn't show that well on this side. This side you can see the rib cage though, and kind of that signature pose with the, bowed back. So poor guy is just missing his ears. But that's really cool. I can't see where it was affixed to something, so I think it was just a figurine, but I gotta put that away though and be very careful with it because it's already kind of crumbling in my hands. So in any case, I had already filled up the plug and I bet you can barely see it. So that's how it should look when you are done digging a plug in a yard. Don't ever, ever, ever leave a mess. Just thought I would take that opportunity since I had the plug closed already. All right, on to the next. Okay, so this is kind of weird. I just swung over the hole again, got a 15-16. And I guess there was more to that little dog than met the eye. So maybe that's a stand? Yeah, that's pretty cool. Let me see, hang on a second. Let's check this out. Totally looks like a stand. You can kind of see that there's an impression right there. Alright, sorry, this is really hard to do one-handed. So it kind of looks like... Hang on. There's got to be a better way to do this, but I don't have any help. Yeah, see? How cool is that? That's very neat. So cool. Has its own little display stand for me. Alright, that's really cool. Hey, that's why you recheck the hole, guys. Okay, I'll be back with you. Alright, next target here. So bringing between a 19 and 21, really choppy because there's so much iron where I am. But it is a harmonica reed. So not a bad find. Normally these throw an amazing signal, but there's a ton of iron around them. Not so much. So, okay, we'll pack that away. Alright guys, that's going to do it for today. We're going to head into the wrap-up, but first, if you haven't already done so, it's your first time here, and you enjoyed what you're watching, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so that you don't miss a thing from me in the future. It helps me personally, and it really helps the channel blossom. Let's head into the wrap-up. Alright, well, not a very big pile of stuff, but if we had been able to stay in that cornfield, I guarantee we would have been pulling more coins, awesome relics, all that stuff. But you know what? It is what it is. I'm still bummed about it, but let's go over what we were able to find. Really quick, we'll go over this. This is the last target in the video with the permission I had across the road. I unbent it, or rather straightened it out. So that harmonica reed will go in the mason jar that I have dedicated to those. Let's see the little bitty escutcheon piece, part of the folding ruler. This guy turned out pretty well. I did super glue him back to his base. So he's pretty cool. I still don't know how old he is. And unfortunately, I do know there was a fire on the property, which is probably why he's, well, disjointed. No pun intended, but I guess that really works here. So anyway, he's pretty cool. We'll keep him. And let's see what else. Big fat musket ball. Love that. Not much more to say about it than that. I do have a big jar full of these, and I like to keep filling them with more and more and more musket balls because, you know, I find them all the time. So let's see here. My slicked out copper. There is no getting any detail off of that. That's all just corrosion. I just waxed it and called it a day. If I really want to take another shot at this, I'll probably throw it in the rock tumbler or something and see if anything comes of it, but I doubt it. I think it would probably just disintegrate pretty thin, so. But that's the first one for the year, so we will be happy with that. I went and stole Nick's King George II. At least she has a bust on hers. You can see that facing left there. And then... oh, you can kind of make out Britannia, at least if you have crud eye and you know what you're looking at and dig these all the time. You can see her arm there, head, and then a line at the bottom under which would be a date that we will never be able to read. But that's okay, so that's her first for the year. Reasonable looking coin coming out of that field. And the find that I mentioned in the beginning of the video, you want to stick around for the restoration. So I know this isn't going to be everybody's jam, but you know what? It's my relic and I can do with it what I want. This was not found at a campsite, you know, like a Rev War campsite or a battle or anything significant with provenance like that. So I figured, why not? Probably a civilian gun. What I did was I took 650 grit sandpaper while it was wet and just rubbed the crap out of it for a few hours, and I finished it off with a Brillo pad that was preloaded with either polish or soap. So that's that. I really love the way it looks. It's going to display awesome in my display cabinet under the light. And yeah, all good things must come to an end, though. Unfortunately, we can't go back there, but I really wish we could. Okay, guys, well, I really hope you enjoyed this week's episode, and as always, get out there, save what you can, do what you love. We'll see you next week.